That's what Christmas is all about right now.
Well, we'll stay for now. Thank goodness we're in a bowling alley.
Hello, Americans. This is Paul Harvey. Stand by for news. On Cullinan Lane, Jacksonville, Florida, Chuck Buick finally gave up. Chuck enjoys marijuana more than your average schmo, so he decided to accept Paul Harvey's suggestion. He gave up. He went to the phone. He called me. He ordered a bong. Bong. That's a makeshift apparatus for smoking marijuana.
Of course.
I want you to hear this carefully because you're thinking about a Valentine's Day present for somebody you love very much. Or for someone who annoys you on purpose, even though you're not annoyed. So the joke's on their silly ass. Hey. Quote, my marijuana bong arrived Saturday, and after I opened the box, I was in shock.
Why?
Shock, Montana. I have no idea how I got there. My eyes were locked open wide. My whole house was now a concert hall.
Sure it
But
was.
the band was Rush. I don't like Rush. I went to the washroom, and even from there, it sounded like a real live lady singing right outside the door. Quote, with heat eating your ears, you're gouging out your eyes and the eyes of the neighbor. The neighbor you secretly hate, and tearing loose and pulling apart your large intestine, gulping air and tasting black. Your windpipe is closing, and you've lost track of which way is out. There's a searing ember down your neck. Search, rescue, ventilate. Somebody's singed a kitten.
That's what
Quote,
I thought.
I'm listening to all of my old CDs again because I've never really heard them before. Now, for that Valentine's Day gift, it's not too early for you to choose a bong. If you're anything but happy with it, I'll buy it back to locate your nearest dealer. Telephone 1-800-282-BONG. And now, back to the Lounge Show.
C'est le Lounge Show avec Rob Scott et Bob Doyle, deux diffuseurs vétérans qui aiment s'entendre parler et qui réussissent d'une manière ou d'une autre à se supporter. Voyons si vous pouvez les supporter aussi bien. Voici Rob et Bob.
Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bob.
I'm Rob, and that may be one of the longest guest introductions.
Yeah, that's the... I don't care how long it takes because we're not significant enough for it to matter.
No, we are not.
We could just go. We could just. I could have let that bit go for 30 minutes, and that could have been the show, and no one's going to say a thing.
No.
Well,
this is the Lounge.
It sure is, and you know, Rob, I'm over here in Las Vegas at 6:03 p.m.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday
in Atlanta.
Right? Yeah. And
normally it's like 9:01, but Paul Harvey decided to spin a yarn. Boy, enough yarn to make a sweater.
That's right. Well, you know, you got to get to the singed kitten.
Do that. I enjoyed the whole thing. Don't get me wrong, man. I embraced the entire thing.
Right. I figured, you know, we can relax into this. Who cares? Who cares?
No one cares.
No one. Not a...
We're insignificant.
All right. So, Rob, what's going on with you today?
Oh, gosh.
Well, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was good. It's getting to the point now I don't stress as much because I've just made that same meal so many times.
Yeah.
That it's timing out better each year. Everything is coming to the table at the same time. You work ahead, blah, blah, blah. So, yes, it went well. had 4 folks here. I had Sam and her new fella, Kale, and the ex-wife was here and came over for dinner.
I was like, so which ex-wife? Oh, yours, yeah.
Yeah, mine. I reached out to your ex-wife. Surprisingly, no reply.
No reply. My calls were left unreturned.
Yeah.
Well, that is
but
shocking.
It was very nice. And in fact, even remembered, did the math. And at 7 a.m., called Okinawa because it would have been 9
Her name
PM.
is Rose. You called Oak and Rose.
Oak and Rose. Oaken Ryder, Okinawa. And that's where Stephen is now in Okinawa. And it was 7 a.m. Here in Atlanta and 9 p.m. In Japan. And so I wanted to call then. So it was Thanksgiving for both of us.
How is he enjoying it over there?
He likes it. He does,
hey,
but
Mikey.
He says it's moved. Yeah, right. It's a box of cereal. However, he does mention that they overstaff and overprepare anytime the military goes on these deployments, and so the pace is slower because there's more folks, more equipment, but less to get done than when he's back on the base here on stateside, as they say in the war movies. But anyway, he's enjoying it, and the one problem though is that a lot of the guys he could go out with and socialize with are his subordinates. And so that's not, he's right. You know, he goes, well, it just gets you into a sticky situation.
Right. I've seen those movies like, with Biloxi Blues. He's going to be like the Christopher Walken character and just go.
Sure.
Right.
So, but he's enjoying him. So I talked to him, and like I said, everyone came over. We had a nice meal.
Yeah.
I did the coffee at 7:30 thing, which I never do, and so therefore I was watching movies till 2 a.m. It was awesome. And I know it doesn't affect you the same. Well, it does sometimes.
No,
right?
it absolutely does.
If you do late night coffee,
Yeah, you know what? I never do it, and tonight I did because I'm insane.
Oh, so
no,
you've
so
had
I don't know. I had a cup of coffee or a cup and a half within the past hour and a half, which was ridiculously stupid. Maybe I'll. What the hell?
As he says that, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Massive yawn.
Yeah. So, but tonight, as I mentioned, pre live show here,
we got company.
Amber's having her Friendsgiving, and she has, I think 12 over and 10 spending the night.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So.
And when did that start, by the way?
What start?
Friendsgiving. I remember it starting.
I don't know. I think
that was never a thing when I was a kid. My parents didn't do Friendsgiving.
I feel like I did Friendsgiving in college with like the Joneses. That was my first Friendsgiving. I had Cajun Thanksgiving with them. Yeah.
I'd never heard the word till way when I got down to Atlanta. I'd never heard it back home.
Maybe, sir, it's a Southern thing.
Might be.
I don't know.
No, because you see memes.
No, maybe it started
like
it. Maybe it started in the South.
Very well could have. But anyway, yeah. So, and my daughter's at a Friendsgiving right now too. They putting up a tree yesterday though. That was kind of fun. She was putting up a tree and was calling in for tree. What's the word I'm looking for? Wisdom
advice?
Tree. Okay. Yeah, advice. Right.
Counsel.
Counsel. There's another one. I had to stop by and get some gloves. So she says, I need gloves because, when you carry the live tree and you rep, it gets all the sap gets out, which is true.
It's true. She's not lying.
She's not making that up. So that was the first time I had to give a little aid. And then I get a call about 2 hours later. So is it possible that the stand is too big for the tree? And I said, so what you're saying is all the screws are in as far as they'll go and they're still not making contact with the trunk. And she says, no. And I go, yeah, that's possible, but wow. I said, well, optimal.
Did you buy a Charlie Brown tree?
Yeah, right. So, yeah, it was not a tree. It's more like a sapling. So I said, a piece of wood or something, and you could put it in there to kind of shim it. I said, but where are you going to get a piece of wood? So I said, just get a big towel, wrap it around the trunk to take up the extra space, but as it turns out, I guess they said, screw it, went to the store and just got a smaller tree stand. They didn't want to mess with the rags and the thing, and I don't blame them. But anyway, they sent a picture and the tree is lovely. And so it was fun. It was fun to be the wise dad about tree, like a whiff of ozone, and I thought I was like Darren McGavin. I was in charge of the tree, and you negotiate
old
with the
man.
I was the old man. But anyway, yes. So my Thanksgiving went well. Lucky to have that much food, and then of course tomorrow I will make, as I tell you every year, those flautas, which are basic. You chop up the leftover turkey, add some pepper jack cheese and scallions, wrap it up in a tortilla, and fry them. Yum. And then you put salsa on and some shredded cabbage. You've transformed the turkey, and that's what I'll eat for lunch this coming week at work. I tell you that
people will say, "What's that?" And you'll tell them what you just told me, and they'll think to themselves,
"What a jerk!
What a freaking waste of space." I don't know why I censor myself so much. Number one, I don't have to. Number
That's
two,
what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
That's right. Yeah. It's all about flautas.
That's a
so
voice
yours,
I need to
did
clone.
You have a nice time? Did you eat anything that resembled a live critter at one time, or did you eat?
I had turkey tenderloin. They bought me turkey tenderloin, and I made it in the air fryer. But unfortunately, things didn't time out right, and it needs to be eaten pretty much like 3 minutes after, and it sat in there for almost a half hour, and so it got kind of dry. So, but the rest of it was. We had mashed potatoes and the whole thing, and a very good pumpkin pie from Costco. So,
fucking yum.
But it was still nice, it was just nice. We're all together. That's great. And now today today was really all about getting this thing ready for, this Friendsgiving.
Now, is there going to be food served at today's event?
Oh, hell yes. And I mean, that's a lot of what today and yesterday was about, was getting some of that ready. Amber did a lot of it. And then all these kids brought something, but Tracy's like, I need to know these menus ahead of time because everybody just brought desserts.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, and I'm like, just don't take this on and like make something.
Years ago, I told you this story, but it just reminded me of when Pamela and Oak thought that they whoever had the best lasagna. They got in a little bit of a debate, and I'm sure I've told you. But anyway, Oak is, no, mine's good. And Pamela's going, no, I think there's some cocktails involved. And so they started to, throw down a little. And so we had a lasagna cook-off party, where it was blind taste testing and everyone would come over and so to your point where everyone brought dessert, I've never seen so much red wine and French bread, baguette style in my life. Everyone showed up with a jug of red wine and a big old tube of bread,
Wow, that's funny. The
Some
herd
brought
mentality.
salad, but not many brought salad.
You don't win friends with salad, though. We learned that on The Simpsons.
Didn't know that. Never watched The Simpsons.
You didn't win. That's right. It's one of those weird things. I know.
Yeah,
it's one of those just
The
weird.
Office too, and I know The Office is really good, and I've never seen much of that.
The first season was a lot of fun, and I've listened to the entire Office Ladies podcast, the rewatch, and now they've gone through all the seasons, and now they're going through them again, and with some extra stuff, and I listened to it. I don't know what it is about the Office Ladies because Tracy can't handle it because she doesn't like the sound of their voices. They're best friends, they're chitty chatty, ha ha ha, that kind of stuff, and they've got those voices. I don't mind them, but I get what she's talking about. But I didn't even watch the show after the first season, so it's like, or the second season maybe, and it's like, so what do I care? But I just listen to it anyway. It's just kind of that comfort listen. It's easy to wash dishes too, and
really,
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, because I don't consume too many podcasts, but I love talk radio.
Do. Obviously, I listen to a lot. Mostly comedy podcasts, if not all. It's just for stuff like when I'm cleaning or when I'm doing the dishes or making the bed or whatever I'm doing, that just requires.
A lot of people, I guess, in the car. A lot of people consume podcasts in the car.
Yep, I will if I'm alone, but I'm hardly ever in the car.
You don't drive a lot, so that's when I said interesting, like the dishes or vacuuming.
Oh, yeah. I got plenty of podcast time, yes.
Right.
Plenty of podcast time, yeah. I run out of my shows.
What's on the menu for tonight? What little you may know?
So all I can tell you for sure is what I've seen so far and what I know that Amber did. Like she made cake pops for dessert. They've got some macaroni and cheese that required like 2.5 pounds of cheese or something. It's insane. I graded it.
Good for you.
What the hell? I'm going blank. Yams, and I saw it looked like little mincemeat pies. I don't know, some kind of little pies. They're probably little mini apple pies. Lots of desserty things.
Pie? Lots of desserty.
Yeah, and I know that one of her friends makes these churros that I had last year, and I've been talking about them for a year. And I don't know if I noticed her in the circle of people out there, but when I go out there, I'm gonna find out if she brought those. I mean, she has to, because she knows that I won't let her
That's
stay.
the cinnamon sugar thing, right?
Yeah, and it's not even a thing I really like. I never order them. I never go for them. But last year she made them, and I just tried them because she was like making them, and I'm like, oh my god.
There's a place that
so
caters
good.
to my at work, and every now and then this it's a taco truck, and they have those churros, and I'll go. That's worth just going to get. And to your point, I never order them or get them any other time.
Yeah.
But if they present themselves, they are a ton of, what is that, batter? It's basically dough that's fried, and it's got cinnamon and sugar.
Yep.
Yeah. And man, that's fun.
It's good, all right.
Thanksgiving went well, and I guess it went well for you, and now you got a second round, so that's good. So you're doing 2 meals.
Well,
two meals.
This is really more for them. I mean, I'm a scavenger, at the other side of whatever it is. I mean, there's no real. I don't even know what there is that. I mean, aside from all the desserts that I'm going to eat. So, but I'll look. I'm sure. I will eat something from that plate. So I guess you're right.
Well,
yes,
and if not, you can have good breakfast fixins. I love eating desserts at breakfast.
Oh, God, the cleanup on this, and I know that Tracy's going to do it instead of them.
Well, I can't help you with that, Bob.
Tracy just came up the stairs. I wonder if she's going to knock on the door and come in here and say hello to you.
Oh, I meant to. As always, let's at least it should be noted that today is.
Oh, what do you know about that? I wish I'd thought of that. Because man, oh man, I could have done a bunch of stuff for that. But instead, I was more about the fact that yesterday was literally 4 years.
I know
since we started this show. You're right, I know. So it's not like a surprise for you, but yeah, it was yesterday, 4 years ago, and I saw that post. So we have been doing this ridiculous phone call,
right, with an intro.
Phone
call with an intro. And today is New Month Eve. Now, I don't know how many New Month Eves have occurred while the lounge was open.
Yeah, I'll bet you chat could tell us that in a hot second, but whatever.
Sure.
But yeah,
4 years. You sent me a picture, it was a screen capture or something, and the four of us were doing. We looked like.
No, it's just two. It was just it was this. It was this.
Yeah.
Only different backgrounds, and it was like, thanks for those of you who showed up, and and joining us in our new as we evolve, whatever.
Off in this new adventure together,
right.
Where we misguided.
Yeah.
We had no idea that on that day, 4 years ago yesterday, we had no idea how quickly we would become insignificant. We had no idea.
And yet we're still doing this. But speaking of pictures,
okay,
and the 4 year anniversary, because Tracy, she talks about in the, I don't know if you can speak if a person doesn't speak French, but what she's saying is that we're veteran broadcasters who love to hear themselves talk, and that means that both of us, I think, have been interested in radio and broadcasting for a long time. I know for myself, a child, and I was able, because back in the day, back when Rob, I think, turned 40, I did this video for him. We've talked about it, I think, the Hollywood True Story, and I got a bunch of pictures back then. I had to scan a bunch of pictures, and I didn't use them all. And then I have my own pictures of my own childhood for broadcasting that I've gathered. So I figured we'll just go through. They're in no particular order, but we'll just do kind of like a look back in time and just sort of trace our love for. There's little Rob.
I am.
There he is, and he's playing with a record player there. It looks like, and he's on the Aid.
And it's on the Aid. We got that sign on sale because it was obviously a typo. And so but I didn't know. I couldn't read.
Yeah.
So
my
mom.
Let's see. There's me. I was a little older, but I was on the ARD.
I was gonna say
this is
ARD radio.
Well, I was trying. You can see there. I was trying to be a DJ. I was like early spinning, but I never really got the hang of it, you know.
No, but you were wearing Bluetooth headphones way before their time. There's no cord coming from them. So
No, it's behind. It's behind. It goes that back behind my body. Yeah, I was afraid. There, look at there. He's got a Mr. Microphone or something.
Yeah, I do. No, hey, but I'll pick you up at 8. You know,
that's right. Good look. That's right. It's coming out.
And then if you look over on the top left of the picture, you can see a picture of my first wife. She's there. You can't quite. I just know who.
Yeah, I see it back there. Unfortunately, I can't zoom or anything like that. We, enhance, a little Blade Runner enhance thing. Let's see. Here's another angle. But it's a weird angle of you, but again, just working with the records.
Sure.
I don't know what that sign over there says.
It's the next Tim. I think that's the next Tim in service.
Okay, well, whatever. Yeah. Let's see. There you're just working on your shock jock stuff, I think.
Right. I was saying jam MFer, I think, right. Right there.
No question. Yeah,
and there you are.
That was when I only had one. I think this one was actually taken before, and I was telling my mom, "No, I need 2 records so I can, go between them." And that was like when I had one.
Thing. But also, I liked it. It was a charity event for Con Aid, I think, as you can see the sign up on the door.
That's right.
We were raising money.
Right.
I was raising money for Con Aid.
And if you'll notice, I'm getting some calls. I'm getting some calls. The red lights are flashing.
Right, let's
now this.
I was okay.
He loved it. He really liked to get up on the mic, and one time it just got stuck in his teeth.
I love the taste of metal.
Metal, ladies and gentlemen, not metal. Metal.
Metal.
There he goes. And kata, and then kota.
more hymns.
Hang on. I gotta see if I can.
Wait, what's the picture of? Is that the Grim Reaper? What's going on there?
Man, you got a lot of weird pictures in your little office here. No, not that one.
No, that's
there
really
we go. We need to in the corner. Let's see. Now there's a few more here. Quite a few actually.
There's Bob. I can't quite read that sign, that neon sign.
I'm sure it says something along the lines of on the air.
How many numbers are on that phone, Bob? I count.
I don't know. It was my dad.
20 or 30 buttons there.
I was using all my dad's old equipment. Like he had that microphone that just went smack dab in the middle of whatever that device was or whatever.
Right.
But it was so much fun.
This is when I got stung by bees.
It was a glimpse of the future, right?
I was a little portly as a child.
Boy, we loved our records, though, right? I mean,
yeah, we did.
Now, look at all the calls I could take there.
That record.
Oh, he got stuck again.
Is how that kind of my back. Yeah. See, okay, I'm back.
God, the technology.
I was gonna. Well, that I remember that day, and it's funny.
You remember this day?
Back. Yeah, I got married that day. Look, I'm wearing a wedding ring. I don't look over 10 years old.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
there's another angle, I think.
That is. That's a good one.
You are happy there. You're very happy.
I just buddy, have a drink. I will have
I think you weren't doing that.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, just kicking back. That's right. If I had had one of those wireless things like Chris from Northern Exposure, I would have been doing that.
What is that poster up on the wall? Oh, go back there for a second. There's a poster on the wall. The guy looks like he's saying touchdown.
Saving Heights?
Right, that was the local team.
No. I think we knew somebody who joined that organization.
And there you.
There's a little older there. I had a computer, and it looks like a laptop with a record player.
It does. It looks like, and also there's the Breakfast Club up there on the wall.
Breakfast Club. Oh yeah. I was way into the Breakfast Club.
And then you said, "Screw this! I'm not wearing." Look at again. There, I'm playing. What is that? A '78? That's an old record there.
Yeah, but you're like holding it with your hand, which I don't like. I guess you're just waiting for it to cue. Now this is all happening. Now these aren't. This isn't like these were taken at the same time. Rob is way older than me, as we'll see in some older pictures. But I don't know who you're working with there.
That's
like
when the cloning experiment.
I don't know. Was that a clone or was that like a little cousin or whatever? I don't know.
I don't know who that is. But that's odd. That's a scary picture, and that's a Spielberg poster right there. That's
right. E.T. is about to come in or something.
Right.
Through the window. And look, I still got that same.
Older here.
That's right. Oh, definitely older. Yeah, these pictures start to span a whole different era. I'm definitely like young.
This was in.
I don't know when this was.
It was in your no socks.
Yeah, this is more like a little bit in the future, I think, for you. Look at those pictures of you on the wall, and you're flexing.
And I was in that great movie Kinger.
That's right. This, we gotta probably in old Rob picks we'll find you like
Captain
your
Grouch.
from your movie days. But here's
Yeah.
a glimpse from the
Right.
movie posters and stuff.
I'm doing a podcast right there. There
That's
I am
right.
again.
Oh,
That's
way
on right
older
foot.
there.
That's a right foot on a left leg, so that's interesting. Actually, it's a hand.
This is
that's
all
coming
just
from
stuff that's going to
that's
happen,
an
I guess, in
odd
the
foot.
future.
Yeah.
I think I did some TV or something too, or something
You
with a
did?
poster. Yeah. Now this is
Yeah.
way in the future. I think we got a little time thing because you eventually get into iguanas,
Right.
and because they live a long time, and you didn't, you're tired of burying
But
stuff.
little do we remember, if you look at the poster up there behind my head there, I was in the Breakfast Club. I'm on the right-hand side there.
That's right. I see you in the deleted scene, probably. Right?
Yeah.
'Cause I pretty much know that. Yeah. And there I am. I really like to put my feet up. And then you started putting your feet up. Now this looks like it could have been taken like last year or 2 years ago.
Sure it does. That
And
actually
what's
looks
that poster up there where something's going like this with its hand?
Oh, I don't know what that is. I was looking at the gay guys one next to it. That's like the volleyball scene in Top Gun right there. It's just
Oh, I
a bunch of
see.
shirtless guys.
Okay. Yeah. Now again, even though I'm older, still with the foot.
Yeah, right.
I
but
think
look
now
at
I
your-
have to for blood flow or something. If I leave it down on the ground, it gets numb.
What's interesting is the look on your face. Oh, look at this. Okay, that's kind of me. And what is that, like a phone?
It almost looks more like Robert De Niro. I think he got mixed up in here. Here you are, still back with the. See, this is when vinyl got retro or cool
Sure.
again, and now you got. But you got cool stuff in your office though. It looks.
That looks good. That office looks. I remember that office. That's now I didn't.
When you
that's
did the
not-
beard like that. I think it was for a play, right?
Right.
And then you
And I
just
was on the-
and you were on Ard too, like I was when
on
I was
the
a
yard
youngster.
with the iguanas there using his feet as a needle because there's no tone arm anywhere.
Fetal,
to
I
be
think
seen.
you called it.
Okay, but
Or
there's
we'll
another
call
record
it
player
eventually.
and there, look, who is that? Me? I guess that's
you.
me.
That's you after you did the Santa bit, and then you took off the weight, and
Yeah.
you just kept the beard for a while, or
I
you keep
did.
it or something. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I don't know. And then become more Breakfast Club posters.
And the Breakfast Club is still haunting all the
Relevant.
pictures.
I think they did a reboot or something. They must have.
They must have.
I don't recognize
Two or
any of those
three them.
actors. Oh, yeah. There, see now, and I still with the orange tabbies with pink collars.
Sure.
Or Lucy just lives a really long time, which would be all right with me. And there, I don't know. That's interesting. There's what we got. Is that more Breakfast Club up there? Oh, I like the poster of the one back there on the wall with you with your mouth open like that, and then you've got another one. Boy, you were very prolific when you were acting. There was a lot of stuff you did there.
Yeah.
I love this picture of you too.
Why?
Well, you just both look so happy. He's got that look on his face, that he you just know him for, and then you just got that. Here I am again. We got 70 years doing this or whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but
I can talk all the way up to the post of Stairway to Heaven. Yeah, that's that whole thing.
that's exactly what that was.
And there's Bob again with
That's
the
right.
Braille reading.
And
oh,
I'm
look
trying
at
to
you
remember.
in your own poster. You see that? What was that? Was that what movie was that? Where
It
you
was
were in
apparently the Breakfast Club
Oh, okay. I mean, Bob looks like
or
you're wearing
Breakfast
some sort of-
something. It's hard to see,
Right.
but yeah.
You were
Well, we had a
thinner
lot
there,
of posters from. Oh yeah, I was thinner. Yeah.
yeah. And then the
There's-
Breakfast Club, the attack of the Breakfast Club. Okay, and then the Breakfast Club up there looks like a mob movie with eating breakfast. And then
And
I don't
there's,
know what
you
that
know-
is back there. Is that a tuner? What
That's
do you got?
that's my clangometer.
Is that a ham radio? What is that?
It's a
back
clam radio, but I call it a clamdometer or something like that. Oh, I was there.
You look
wow.
shocked.
Oh yeah, there's more Breakfast Club.
there? Yeah, and it's all men. What did you tell AI to do here exactly? I haven't seen a
Who?
woman. in
A
a
what?
poster.
Who? Okay, this is it.
Oh, there's
All
a
right.
woman. There's a woman in the Breakfast Club. Fine.
That's right. That's Ali Sheedy or something. Right.
But
But anyway, yeah, just looking back at the old times, celebrating 4 years. Here's to 4 more years.
For 4 years we've been doing this lounge show, and for the most part, we've been consistently here at 9 o'clock.
Way
Eastern
more than
Standard,
our audience have.
without question.
Way more.
But I'm just saying that, and 4 more years. Here's to 4 more years of loungeables.
And with those words, I am the hell out of here. I had enough of this foolishness. Thanks for nothing. They never paid me.
You've been watching The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and tell your friends and family to do the same. After all, we'd do it for you if you had a show. Probably.
Maybe Christmas, perhaps.